Fujifilm enthusiasts have been holding their breath for years, waiting to see if the beloved X-Pro series would continue to evolve or fade into the background of Fuji's increasingly diverse lineup. After a long period of speculation, uncertainty, and sparse news, Fujifilm has now made it abundantly clear the X-Pro series is alive and very much part of their future plans. The next installment, widely expected to be called the Fujifilm X-Pro 6, has now been officially reconfirmed on the company's roadmap. This is welcome news for longtime X-Pro fans who have been questioning whether to hold onto their X-Pro 3 or move on to other models such as the X-T5 or X-H2. Fujifilm's statements provide reassurance that the hybrid rangefinder series still holds a place in their product strategy. The significance of the X-Pro series lies in its unique approach to photography. Unlike other cameras that often focus on maximizing speed or packing in endless features, the X-Pro line has always emphasized the user experience. With its hybrid optical/electronic viewfinder, tactile controls, and deliberate shooting workflow, the X-Pro series encourages photographers to slow down, frame thoughtfully, and engage more directly with their craft. This combination of modern digital technology and classic rangefinder ergonomics has cultivated a fiercely loyal user base, and fans have been understandably anxious about the series' future. The X-Pro 3, while still capable, is beginning to feel dated in comparison to the rest of Fuji's lineup, which now features higher resolution sensors, improved autofocus, and advanced video capabilities. For X-Pro fans, the question has always been whether Fujifilm would invest in a meaningful update that respects the series' philosophy while integrating modern technology. Based on recent confirmations, it seems that the Fujifilm X-Pro 6 will do just that. The first hints of the X-Pro 6's development emerged during interviews with key figures in Fujifilm's camera division. Notably, Yuji Igarashi, a prominent voice in the company, emphasized that the X-Pro series remains an active priority. This reconfirmation was not an isolated comment. It follows previous assurances made during product exhibitions and smaller announcements earlier in the year. For those following the brand closely, these statements are more than just PR. They represent a deliberate signal that the X-Pro series is alive and being carefully nurtured. Unlike other product lines that are updated frequently and aggressively, the X-Pro series has always evolved more deliberately, favoring thoughtful innovation over rapid iteration. This deliberate approach is why the wait for the Fujifilm X-Pro 6 is both understandable and exciting. Understanding why the X-Pro line matters requires a closer look at what makes it unique. The hybrid viewfinder, a hallmark of the series, offers an optical rangefinder experience with the flexibility of an electronic overlay. This feature alone sets the X-Pro cameras apart in a market saturated with mirrorless systems that prioritize speed and automation over intentionality. X-Pro cameras are designed for photographers who appreciate craftsmanship, careful composition, and the tactile experience of shooting. They are tools for creators who value the process as much as the outcome. As such, the X-Pro 6 is expected to maintain this philosophy while incorporating the latest technological advancements. So, what can we reasonably expect from the Fujifilm X-Pro 6? While Fujifilm has not revealed a release date or full specifications, several clues point towards significant upgrades. The recently launched X-E5 features the 5th generation X-Trans sensor and processor, delivering 40 megapixels of resolution and highly efficient image processing. By contrast, logic suggests that the X-Pro 6 will take things a step further. Many industry observers predict that the next generation X-Pro will debut a 6th generation X-Trans sensor or a new processor, or possibly both. This would represent a true leap forward, not just a numerical increment in the series name. Such advancements would ensure that the X-Pro 6 is competitive in resolution, dynamic range, and processing speed, allowing it to meet the demands of professional photographers who rely on precision and image quality in their work. Beyond the sensor and processor, the X-Pro 6 is also expected to feature refined ergonomics and usability enhancements. Fujifilm has a history of listening to its user base, and small but meaningful design changes can dramatically improve the shooting experience. Fans hope for a slightly smaller body that retains comfortable handling, optimized button layouts, and improved grip textures. Weather sealing, which has become increasingly standard in Fujifilm's cameras, will almost certainly remain a priority, allowing photographers to shoot confidently in challenging conditions. Similarly, the display is likely to see thoughtful improvements. Rather than adopting a flip-out screen for vlogging, the X-Pro 6 might feature a tilting or slightly hidden screen that respects the camera's aesthetic while adding practical flexibility for shooting at odd angles or on a tripod. Autofocus and low-light performance are other critical areas where the X-Pro 6 could shine. While previous X-Pro models have been competent, advancements in sensor technology, processing power, and AI-driven autofocus could significantly enhance speed and accuracy, particularly for portraiture and street photography. Improved subject tracking, better low-light sensitivity, and more responsive focus algorithms would make the X-Pro 6 a more versatile tool while maintaining the deliberate, controlled shooting style that defines the series. Similarly, improvements in dynamic range would allow photographers to capture subtle tonal variations and maintain detail in both highlights and shadows, a feature essential for landscape, architectural, and studio work. Video capabilities may also see a thoughtful update in the X-Pro 6. While the X-Pro series has traditionally emphasized still photography, modern hybrid creators increasingly require competent video functionality. The X-Pro 6 might offer high-resolution 4K recording with a higher frame rate, advanced codecs, and support for Fujifilm's color science, allowing videographers to achieve cinematic quality footage without sacrificing still photography performance. While Fujifilm will likely avoid turning the X-Pro 6 into a full-fledged cinema camera, modest but meaningful upgrades in video could make it a well-rounded tool for content creators who value both photo and video capabilities. Release timing remains one of the most anticipated pieces of information. While Fujifilm has not provided an official launch date, the company's development cycles and historical patterns suggest a reasonable expectation of a 2026 release. This timeline would allow sufficient time for the development of a next-generation sensor, refinement of the processor, and careful integration of new features that respect the X-Pro series' heritage. Waiting can be frustrating, particularly as other Fujifilm models now feature 40-megapixel sensors, faster autofocus, and advanced video options. However, the deliberate pace underscores Fujifilm's commitment to quality and innovation rather than rushing a product that might compromise the series' integrity. Looking ahead, the success of the X-Pro 6 will depend not just on raw specifications, but on how well Fujifilm balances innovation with the series' defining characteristics. Fans are not just looking for bigger numbers. They want meaningful improvements that enhance the shooting experience. This includes refined viewfinder technology, intuitive controls, improved ergonomics, and the ability to perform in diverse conditions without sacrificing the tactile pleasure of photography. In essence, the X-Pro 6 must retain the soul of the X-Pro line while bringing it firmly into the modern era. This sets the stage for the next chapter in the X-Pro story, a camera that may very well redefine what it means to shoot with intent in the modern mirrorless era, balancing heritage, performance, and creative freedom in one package. Photographers and enthusiasts alike are now watching closely, ready to embrace the Fujifilm X-Pro 6 when it finally arrives.